Oh my gosh. I am so embarrassed, bro. Oh my gosh. Like I legit just forgot to turn my headset on. Yeah. Hi T-Top. Oh my gosh. I was having a stupid moment there. I was like, what's happening? Like, neither. I'm like, oh, duh, you gotta turn your headset on. That's the second time I've done it actually. Can you hear the music for Gravity Blocks? We're gonna redo this because I was kind of losing the first round. Thanks for joining. Oh, I'm from Wisconsin. The snow hasn't been bad, but it's just the cold weather that's really getting me, you know. It's really bad. What about you? I know I'm starting a little early today. I just couldn't wait to get going. Oh boy. Well, even Kentucky's getting it, huh? Hopefully you're staying warm though, at least. Hmm. Oh, nice. Oh, I have like a what's it called? One of those. It looks like a radiator. I have a radiator here, and it's like too hot in here. But my little heater keeps me going. I don't know if you can see in the background there, but she's going right now. So yeah, I like it super hot in my house. Like, but sometimes it's just too hot. The problem is it's hot all year round up in here. I play Roblox. I play I Spy games, and then for now that's it until I upgrade to a PC because I'm gonna have to save up for that first. Those things are expensive. I want to also play a Fortnite and Minecraft too. I've been into gaming for a long time, but like I'm just not doing it like trying to semi do it professionally right now. This right there. My last heater lasted me a good little while actually. Ooh, okay, yeah. Valid Games Roblox is fun. I just been getting into it. I know, like I do work at Walmart though, so I could probably get a good discount on it. But like even with the discount, it's like gonna be expensive. I'm still doing a little research on like what would be some good PCs to buy. Ooh, we got lucky. If you're staying for tea time, I know I started early, but I'm gonna get off of this at 8 to tell you about my ex and all that stuff, and then we're gonna get back to the games. I heard I just heard about like Roblox and all the issues that people were having with Roblox. I was like, oh, that's a bummer. 'Cause someone was like, there's perverts on that game. I'm like, oh, well, that's gonna ruin the nice experience. But just gotta be careful. That would have worked out if it was. Oh, aw. Oh no, that will work. True. I have so much stuff financed right now, and like I'm gonna try to pay some other stuff off first. You don't want to get too much in debt. I'm trying to be smart about it. I went down that hole of that route, getting too much in debt and owing everybody. But once I finally got all my debts paid off, because I used my tax return last year and I got out of debt, but now I'm back in debt. It's not like serious debt or nothing, but like I want to make sure I have stuff paid off before I get back into debt. Oh, nice, wonderful. Yeah, I have my car financed right now. Yeah, I'm gonna see how much I can save first, and then next year, come January, I'm gonna buy the PC. I was told that some people were suggesting that I should like buy like the bundles off of Amazon, and it comes with like the PC and the monitor and like a mouse and keyboard. I was like, well, right now I only need the PC and the two monitors because I already have the keyboard and stuff. It's 8 o'clock. We're gonna start the tea time in a minute. Let me finish this. Yes. Awesome. Second. Hmm. Man, I'm being blocked. That's true. I did look up Facebook Marketplace. They do have really good deals there. We're getting there. We're almost getting there. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Level completed. Let's get back. We're gonna switch lanes to tea time for now. Mm, it's like a piece of hair sticking out right there. We can switch it to the cute setting. Yay! So cute. Look at my little teacup girls. Aren't they adorable? Let me adjust the camera a bit. That's better. I'm legit like wearing. Yeah, you say you're nosy. Oh, me too. All right. So let's get into the tea part of it. See, I'm using a new multi-chat and I'm liking this a lot more. Like, oh my gosh, am I loving it? Like the other one, like OBS, there's so many things you can do with it, but you gotta use like there's a lot of different plugins, but you gotta find the right plugin for you. So last week we had talked about my bad ex best friend, and this week we're gonna be talking about my ex. This was like a lot of stuff, you know. I've been writing it over the years, trying to get through it, trying to move on. But like this is like a warning to you. Yeah. And since I'm like a newbie to OBS, like I had to look up all the videos on YouTube. Thank you for those videos. Those guys are so kind to like do like how to's. I'm like wearing a corset right now, so it kind of like itches. I'm sorry. Now I don't know if he's like a narcissist, but I'm not gonna try to say he is because I'm no doctor. But like this man had like narcissistic behavior, and that's like another reason why it's taken me so long to tell my stories because like I didn't think it was good enough, you know? Like lots of others have been through so much worse than me, so like but I've been writing the stuff down. Like as I'm writing it down, I literally have page after page of like notes and stuff. I don't even know if you can see that. Note page after page of notes and just writing stuff down, stuff that he did to me. Hey, T Top, yeah, well, I could follow you if you ever go live. I'd love to watch some one of your streams too. There's a lot of stuff here, so because I have like ADHD, I like to write stuff down because I'll forget it. So I'm gonna like literally be reading off the stuff here, and I've acquired all these notes through like the course of 4 years. So I'm so happy to finally be able to get to like discuss this. I'll follow you as soon as the live is done. So this is when we first met, right? Like when we first got together. I remember the first thing he asked me when we got together was if I needed a password to his phone. I was like, no, why would I need that? And like, because I don't remember like word per word, I'm just like gonna be paraphrasing some of these. But he's like, he told me his ex had requested it at some point because she was psycho and didn't trust him. And I was like, I said, no, I don't need it. Like, I trust you. That's your personal stuff. No, I know a lot of like relationships, people in relationships, they ask their partner for like their password to their phone or whatever so they can check in on them or whatever. I can honestly say in all of my relationships, I've never ever asked my man for his phone or anything to even look through messages. Like, yeah, maybe it's because I'm just like too trusting or whatever, but I don't feel the need to do that. But that was like a weird thing for me. I'm like, I don't need your password. Like, but once he kept on talking about how psycho she was, he would always bring it up. But now that I work with her, I know that she kind of is psycho. But and another thing, like when we'd have like our naughty time, we had like this a male roommate who I knew also liked me. Well, like after we had gotten done, he'd get up from the bed and walk out the door and like leave the door open while I was like indecent. Like, and I would get so mad at him. Like, I told him to close the door, but he wouldn't. Like, and then his friend was standing there too. It was just like really weird, and I just felt like so disrespected by that. I'm sorry, it's like super hot in here, and like I'm by the window. But hold on, let me try out the typing feature. Yeah, I love this new plugin. Like, oh my gosh, I love it. It's very nice. It's called Restream. So if you're interested in that, Teapot or T-Top, I want to call you Teapot. I'm sorry. But if you're interested in that, Restream is very nice. So then another thing, like he would yell at me for not being able to like wake him up. And he was like a very deep sleeper, right? And he had no problem wake up when I wasn't there to wake him up, but he would just Yeah, definitely check it out. Like it's really nice. It's got the chat here. This is the first chat that I've actually had that actually worked here in OBS because I've tried different type of plugins that would let me like see the chats from multiple platforms, but none of them worked. But this one actually works. I'm like just so happy for it. Like I'm very pleased so far. And then there was a time when he had made fun of my best friend's size. And he said like she was super fat or whatever. Like it's like one thing about me. Like my best friend is like my sister. And I'm like definitely is, and especially since he's like calling the kettle black. I remember like snapping back at him. I was like, "Well, you're fat too." He got all mad about it. He goes, "Why would you say that, babe?" I'm like, "Well, stop! Don't make fun of my best friend." Is the mic too loud? Because I can like put it down a bit. But like, I'm like, I just shot off at him. I was like, you're fat too. La 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 la. After like I broke up with him, he goes, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll get to that point when it comes because it's got to go with the story. It's got to go with the flow. So I was, I'm surprised Bubba isn't on yet. Like I would be helping him make his car payments. I'd be helping with the rent. I'd be helping with everything, which is normal. But like it's just I couldn't save anything for myself. He'd always ask for money. Same with my ex roommate too. So like, anyways, that's another story. It could be said like maybe he felt I was using him for a place to stay, because like I had gotten kicked out of my apartment, but it wasn't like my fault at the time. Like I'm not gonna name names, but I had a roommate who wasn't paying his half of the rent, and my landlord knew it, and he knew I was paying, so he was very kind, to not let me have an eviction on my record or whatever. He said, "Tell you what, I know it's not your fault. You just moved out, just have your stuff out, and I'll just count it even or whatever." I said, "Okay, we could do that," but I just wasn't going through a good point in my life at that time. And then like my ex had like offered me to stay with him. And I was like, okay, either I can stay with my ex, well, yeah, my then boyfriend, or I can stay with my sister, or my parents. Either one would have been nice. But like, I know that guy was really nice. My old landlord was very nice. Because like, if you're ever in a situation where like you have roommates and they don't pay their half of rent, what you should do is you'd be like, hey, landlord, this is my half of the rent. Give it to them directly, so that they can vouch for that you were paying your rent. Because with my old situation before this apartment here, I had a roommate that wasn't paying his share. He was like late on rent. And I was like telling him, I said, tell the landlord that I paid my half. And he literally said, the landlord won't care. He doesn't care who's paying it or not. All he knows is that he's short on rent. So it doesn't matter who's short. We both look bad. I'm like, oh my gosh. But that was like, my old roommate before this apartment. So I have a whole nother story time for him. But like, I'm grateful for him after I had broken up with my ex. So, I'm not gonna say too many bad things about him. I mean, he's human, you know. So moving along, another thing, he never took me out on dates at all. Even though I has to go out, he had then told me he doesn't do dates. That should have been a red flag right there. Like, what relationship do you know that people like the guy doesn't do dates? And I love date night. And he knew that. Like I was like so fancy when I first met him. Like I would be dressing up. I know he doesn't do dates is wild. Like he goes, I don't do that sort of thing. Like when I first moved in, I had the feeling like I was only there to help pay rent, and be like a sex thing for him or whatever. Like I didn't feel like an actual relationship to him. Because get this, Valentine's Day had came around, right? Like I wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day with him. He said he didn't want to do Valentine's Day because we had just got together. Mind you, we had been together for 4 to 5 months. Not to mention our relationship was intimate at that point, and we had dated way before, like back in high school too. So I was like, bullshit, bro. It just like that just like made me sick. Like there was something else I wanted to say. I don't know, some people don't do dates, I get it, but like even a walking date would have been nice or movies or something, you know? Is it because like I'm an old-fashioned girly or something? I'm in my 30s, my early 30s, and we had gotten him and I were together back when I was like 25, 24, 25, 26. Oh, thank you. I try to be a good person, really I do. Hey, I don't say half the stuff I wish I could say, so hopefully that's going for me. But like actually I actually believe we were together for 9 months before that. So I'm trying to remember when I moved in. I believe we were together for way more than 5 months, but I just couldn't remember, so I just said 4 to 5. But I'm sure it was like 9 months. He bought me clothes like one time. And then another thing, he couldn't remember anything I liked, not even my favorite soda. I was on a diet when I first met him, right? And I continuously am. I like to watch my weight or whatever. And because he like worked at McDonald's all the time, like I said, "Hey, can you bring me a salad?" It's so simple and easy, just grab it out the fridge. It's just a salad. When he'd get back, right, he'd buy me burgers. And I told him, like, I'm trying to watch my weight. Like back then I was really trying to watch my weight, because, I don't know, it's not like anorexia or anything. I just wanted to be thinner. But like, I would ask him, bring me salad and then bring me an orange soda. That's not hard to remember, is it? And every day I wouldn't fail. He'd bring me burgers and like Diet Coke or like not a Diet Coke. He would bring me like Coke or Coca Cola or something. I'm just like, bro, I asked for two things. I know, even cooking for me, like putting in the effort, candlelight, flowers, or something. Like I'm not like I don't consider myself like high maintenance girlfriend. I'm not one of those people that you guys spend millions of dollars on. Like just pay attention to like the stuff that I like. Pay attention to me. But other than that, like, oh, you're on a weight loss journey too. That's nice. I'm still on my weight loss journey. I'm still trying to lose. I gotta lose 40 pounds. Exactly. I just want to feel appreciated and heard. Like, is that too hard to ask? And then I remember like when we were towards the end of our relationship, I remember seeing him write a post. Actually, no, this was at the end of the relationship. I was snooping through his Facebook. I'm sorry. I was being nosy. I was like trying to see what he was thinking after we broke up, whatever. And I saw a post from before we broke up. It said he was sick of being faithful. And I replied back after that, like, who cares if you're faithful when you're an asshole? And that was like one of like my get back moments at him. This guy like literally stayed in my DMs for the next 3 years, even after we broke up. I'll have to read you those messages, but he would always criticize me. Like he would always be like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" And I'd usually like I'd answer like because I like it. It makes me happy. Sometimes some people they just make you feel like you're stupid. Like like if I like something, I can't remember the exact examples because it was such a long time ago. But I would be like doing something. Say like I'll drink some juice or I'll be like I like juice or whatever. Because why you drink that? Why you like that or whatever? It just like he just has a way of making you feel like you're stupid. Like should I not be liking that or like Or um I forgot, I can't even think of an example right now. And he would always act stupid like he didn't understand what I was saying. I'd say something right, and he'd be like, "What? What did you say?" And I'd have to repeat it, and then it just like I'd always have to repeat myself. And he just act like he act stupid. Like every time I opened my mouth, like he just didn't understand what I was saying. Like I'm just like, am I not explaining it well, or am I stupid, or something? But then I'd get around my friends, and they'd understand me perfectly. And then after we broke it up, right, he would try to talk to me on other Facebook pages that I forgot I had, that I forgot he had. Excuse me. And then I'd end up having to block him. Man-child activities, exactly. It's just he plays games, mind games, head games. I would cook for him sometimes too. Like all I know how to make is like Southern or American food. I'm black, so real chicken, potatoes, the stuff that my mama taught me, right? And he wouldn't like none of that stuff. I remember moving out to with him to West Virginia at one point, and we moved in with his aunt and uncle. They're important because like their kids only eat Asian food. They don't eat American food unless it's like chicken nuggets or something. But the mother, she's very what's the word? I don't know the word, but she's like very ethnic or whatever. However you say it. She cooks Asian food, and her house is very futon. It's very traditional, like traditional. So she's very old fashioned, and I would try to cook stuff for them. Then she'd be like, "Hey, it's your turn to cook or whatever." I said, "I don't know how to cook any Asian food." She said, "That's fine. Just cook whatever you want to cook." And I'd cook like American food, grilled chicken, that stuff, and the kids would not eat it. I'm just like, bro, like. And one time I made them chicken, like chicken nuggets, and they still wouldn't eat it. I'm just like, that was just so weird to me. Like it was weird. And the young one was really out of control too. Like his aunt's youngest son. Okay, him and this aunt and uncle weren't even related by blood or nothing. It was just like a friend, but they're much older than him, right? So, anyways, they had this young brat son. He was adorable, really, but he was naughty. I had a kitten, right? And this boy took my kitten and threw it down the stairs. I was so mad. I was like, of course, I couldn't say nothing to the kid. I just was like, calm myself. I said, I don't want him touching my kitten no more. Like, he's too young to be around pets, and animals. Some kids are too young for that kind of responsibility. So I was like, um, keep the cat in my room. I don't want him to, hurt him or nothing like that. And then there'd be days when I would need a ride to work, right? Because I didn't have a car back then. And my ex, he would purposely drive me to work at the last minute. Like I would tell him I needed to be at work at this time. He'd get me there super late. So then I stopped asking. And then he'd get mad when I find other means to go to work. Right, just sociopathic stuff. And it was like during the cold days or whatever, when I could be too cold to walk or whatever. Like, hey, babe, can you take me to work? And I would let him know in enough time, like an hour before I had to go. He'd be like, sure, babe, I'll take you. Then when it get to like 10 minutes too, and then he still wouldn't be able to say, babe, can you take me to work? He goes, now, babe, really? I said, bro, I told you this. Actually, I feel like I gave him more than an hour. I told him like that same day or whatever. He knew he was just being stupid, not wanting to take me to work, and then I'd be late to work almost. I'd be there like right within enough time to like, clock in and not do nothing else because, I just like he's so undependable. And then there was one day, he had started like a fight, right? like he would try to get into it with me. So, some people they like to be in arguments. They like to argue with like their significant other. Oh yes, I am all about like self healing and being like focusing on myself right now. So, but like he would start fights, right? Then the next day he'd seem to forget about it because he would like try to. This is a whole thing. He had tried to ask me to marry him after he got into it with me the other day before that. So he like let me just read it to you what I wrote here. One day out there he had started another fight. Then the next day he seemed to have forgotten about it because I guess because he tried to ask me casually in front of his family to marry him. I told him no. He at that point had asked me um one time before to marry him, and it was usually like the day after a big fight we had, and he would ask me in front of people. I felt really put on the spot by that, and he knew that. The second time he had asked me in front of his family, so when I said no, he got mad and said, "Why are you here with me then? I thought you loved me." I then told him, "Why would you ask me that now? We just had a huge fight yesterday. Like, why would you ask me that after that? After you had just got done calling me out my name and stuff. I'm like, you need to do better." I said something along the lines of, "You need to try harder, or you need to do better, or something like that." I said, "I'm patient. I can wait." But like, I'm not, I can't be easily manipulated like that. And his reason to want to get married is because he thought we weren't getting any younger. I had told him, I said, "You might be getting older, but I'm sure as hell not." Yeah, I said that to him. And I do have a lot of his messages still. And the reason why I keep his messages is because I like to have like receipts. And I did plan on talking about this in a live, and I'm finally doing it. So I'm so happy. Once I read the messages, I can delete those out of my life forever. And like I blocked him on three of his other accounts each time he messaged me to get back in contact with me. This boy had three other accounts that he would try to like contact me on. And then finally it was like he had my number because I have another YouTube where I do like posts for like BTS or for J Hope because I love J Hope, so I have a fan page for him. So obviously my socials are gonna be like, I don't they're not gonna be private, basically. So if my exes wanted to reach out to me, they literally could, unless I block them. They'd have to create another page and then, try to get in contact with me. But like I just don't have my socials as private. I'm a very open person. So like he seems to be under the impression that all our problems started after we moved like out to West Virginia, but it's really a long history of fuck ups that he made. Like I remember the first time I broke up with him. I had moved into. Let me start from the beginning. That's a very interesting day. Um, that day I knew he would start an argument or whatever. So the day before that, I had called my dad, said like, "Hey, can I move in with you?" My parents, excuse me, my mom and my dad. I was like, "Hey, can I move in with you guys or whatever?" Because actually, no, my mom had said, "Hey, if you want to move in with us or something, you can." I forgot. It's such a long time ago. But she had said something along the lines of, "Oh, you can stay here or something." I was like, "Okay." So the next day I called my dad. I was like, "Hey, Dad, when would you be able to pick me up? Because I know you guys said I could move in there." He was like, whenever." I said, "Oh, can you pick me up today?" He said, "Sure." So I said, "Okay, pick me up at like around 12." I gave him a time to come pick me up. Tell me when my boyfriend came in at the time, he was clearly in a mood, and I knew he was gonna start some shit, right? And every now and again we would get into it. He'd always like threaten to kick me out, right? He'd be like, "Oh, you can come back to where you came from." He'd always throw that up in arguments. "I'll send you back where you came from or whatever." He'd say stupid shit like that. So this day it all planned out. Like my dad was coming to get me. He didn't know this, and I planned to not tell him until like my dad showed up because I knew he was gonna get into it. And he goes, I'll kick you out or something. He said something along the lines of, dang, what did he say? He had said, I'll help you pack your stuff. That's what he said. He started getting my suitcase out and packing. I said, okay, go ahead, keep on packing. He goes, you think I'm playing, but I'm not. I said, oh no, I know you're serious. I said, keep on packing. And then my dad had called him right that right moment, right? He's like, hi, honey, are you packing? Are you ready? I said, yep. My ex is actually helping me pack right now. He looked at me. He goes, "Bae, are you leaving?" I said, "Yes." He go, "Yeah." I said, "You've been threatening me this whole time to leave, and now I'm actually leaving. Now you don't want me to go." He goes, "I was just kidding, babe." He would do that to me all the time. Like that's manipulation. I don't know if your man, if your person ever does that to you. Like if you'll get into it and they'll be like, "I send you back on the bus that you came on," or "I'll send you back to your mama," or like whatever bullshit. But then when I actually like followed through on that, he was like, "Right, he's just huge manipulation." Like, but I like cannot be manipulated by him. It's probably why he's like so obsessed with me. Men like a challenge. Like if they feel like they can't manipulate you, they're gonna try even harder to. But it's like, no, you're not gonna get one over on me. But my daddy was on the way, right? And I was like, yeah, Sh- Sean's helping me pack right now, and I was out the door then and there, right? And then like as I was walking out the door of our bedroom, he was like trying to stand in the way to block me. I said, babe, it's over. I said, we're done. Even the whole acting like, but like my dad was on the way and he was like trying to block me from leaving. And I said, no, it's over, bro. I said, you've been threatening me to leave this whole time. So he goes, I was just kidding. I didn't mean it, babe. I said, you're manipulating. That's exactly why I need to go. And I said, you would always say how, you could always find another girl to replace me. And he said, yeah, I can. I said, okay, well, go get to it then. Yeah, I just like walked past him out the door. I said, my dad's here. I said, do I need him to come in here? He goes, no. I said, okay, and move. And I said, and I just went out the door. But like, I showed him that day that I was not playing. But after that, that was my first time actually breaking up with him. He kept on getting in contact with me, calling me, right? I had to like literally break up with him 3 times after that. I don't know why. I would have to be like, Sean, we're done. I felt like I was breaking up with him all over again. It's like I just kept on having to keep on repeating because he kept on calling me babe. I'm like, bro, it's good for yes. That should have been where it ended, but it's not where it ended because I came back to him, unfortunately. But we had at first when I first broke up with him, we would get together for like friends with benefits type thing. And then like my living situation with my parents got annoying because they were just kind of hard to live with. So I ended up moving back in with him. At first it was supposed to be just as roommates, but then we ended up getting back together. So I was like, you know, but I made a mistake. That was back when I was 24, 25. But I'm like 32 now, so I'm not gonna let that happen again. Okay, I remember why. I just wrote it down here. I'm seeing why he was able to get back in contact with me. I said, let me explain the reason why I unblocked him. It's not because I want to get back with him. It's because when I unblock someone, that means I've moved on and I've forgiven him. It's not like I don't like holding grudges. That's the only reason why I unblock people. That's true. Now I keep people blocked though. But back then, when I was younger, like I'd be going through my unblock list. I'm like, why did I block this person? So I unblocked them, if I have forgiven them. But I don't unblock people anymore though, because my block list was getting very long. Okay. Thank you, T Top. I'm gonna post this up on my YouTube, so if you want to catch the rest of it, you are free to do so. I hope you do. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you for, giving me feedback and stuff. It's really nice. I love that. I'm here on every day, so at 8 a.m. I'll see you next time. Yes, I will hit you up on your Discord too. All right, getting back to it. Like we're not even friends on Facebook, and I blocked him, and he knew that. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's the same as my Twitch. So I'm all about keeping negative energy, even from my own family. Like I've blocked family members too. Like I don't discriminate. And I gotta say, there's a warning on this next one. He was abusive to the pets. Like he just got me a new pet to keep him company because he was at work a lot. And this thing just came from the pet store, so of course it was still gonna be scared of us, right? And for those of you who have owned any like of the more skittish creatures, like gerbils, mice, hamsters, the smaller creatures, they're gonna be, they're more skittish, and they need more time to get acquainted to you, to get used to you, to get to know you. You need to have patience. I made a mistake of trying to pick it up too early, and it bit me. I wasn't mad. I was just surprised, and I kind of yelped. And my ex came in, my boyfriend at the time came in. He was like, "What happened?" I said, "Oh, it bit me." He goes, "Give it here." I handed it over to him, and the next thing I know, he started squeezing it. And then he flipped it over on his nose really hard. I was like shocked. I said, "Give it back." He's still scared of us. It just needs time to get used to us. He said, "Yeah, he said, but it's an animal. It needs to learn to respect humans." He would get mad when I would spend time with the guinea pig. There was a guinea pig that would bite him all the time. But I never had any problem with animals because I know that they need patience. So like, there's a guinea pig that I would spend so much time with him. I would be trying to get him to like me. So I would just be spending time with him, and he would get mad at that. He goes, "Why are you spending time with him? He bites and stuff." I said, "He don't bite me," but like I'd seen him punch it on one occasion because it bit him too. They would tell him to put that thing back in his cage, but he was like abusive to animals. Like that was really like a red flag for me. Like, dude, it's a little animal. He's gonna be scared of you. And to get away from that subject, his reason for never remembering what I like is because he had an accident where he fell off a ladder some years ago. It had messed with his memory, which I just wasn't buying it because he remembered everything that he liked, but nothing that I liked. So I'm like, so this ailment allows you to remember everything that you like, but nothing that your significant other likes. How convenient for you. And he's always bragging about how well he's doing, like how many cars he has, his job, and how he's trying to buy a couple of houses. And another thing, he used to always mention his ex. I got mad at him. Like he would complain about her all the time. He said, "You don't have to be jealous, babe. She's old news." But he would mention her every day. Like he said like she was crazy, and he used to treat me like I was stupid, like because like I felt like he thought like I was stupid like her or something. Hold on one second. Chip history. Hmm. But anyways, I'm mad at him. He would complain about her all the time. And he'd say, "You don't have to be jealous, babe. She's old news," but he would mention her every day. He said she was crazy, and he used to treat me like I was stupid. He would over explain stuff and tell me in great detail what I should do. I told him, "I know I'm not stupid. I'm not your ex," I'd say to him. And then there was a time when he quit his job and didn't have a backup job. His problem when he went to job search was that even though he didn't go to college for certain jobs, he doesn't have experience. He just expected to be able to land those good types of jobs. And like I know I mentioned this already. I had asked him multiple times to go on dates, and he would tell me I don't do those kinds of things. It's just not me. Is it really acceptable to give them the excuse, like, that their childhood was bad because they acknowledge the fact that they know how they treated us bad? They want to blame it on other things. It's a choice to be good or bad, and if you choose to be bad, like, then you're a bad person. Now, let me rephrase that. Um, it's not acceptable to give them the excuse that, if, sorry, like, how do I word it? Like, I'm trying to think of how to word this because I worded it weird here. I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say, right? It's never an excuse to use your childhood trauma as a way to treat other people mean. That's what I'm trying to say. And I was reading his text messages from recently, and he was saying how he couldn't replace me and how he always loved me. To me to he used to say that to me back then too. But then he'd start arguments with me and he'd tell me I'm replaceable and he can have another girlfriend within a week. Like, I'm so glad I'm in love with a good man now because J Hope is awesome. I'm in a healthy parasocial relationship with J Hope. Uh, yeah. He even had a problem with the kind of pizza I liked and the food I ate. He would say that pan pizza is way better than my favorite pizza place. Everything I liked, he just put it down. Hold on. My hair is looking a mess. I'm sorry. I remember I told him I don't smoke and I don't drink. What he did then was he went and bought me like a vape. He goes, I'll buy you a vape, babe. It doesn't have any nicotine in it. You just puff on it. Every time I'm like, okay, whatever, you're paying for it. I didn't do it for that long. I only did it for like once a day actually, and not even every day. I'm not a smoker, but I feel so disrespected by that. It's like it's not about like the nicotine or nothing. It's just like I don't smoke. Like it's not good for you, even looking like it is. It's just not something I do. It's not me. It's like I understand in a relationship you want your significant other to be interested in all the things that you're interested in, and you want to get them into everything that you're interested in. But if they say no, that they don't want to do that, then you should respect that, right? You should respect their opinions or whatever. And another thing, he would make inappropriate sexual gestures at me during the most inopportune times. Like it would disgust me. It would just be weird. Like I'm not gonna go into detail, but he would just be doing like motions, and it'd just be weird. I remember our first time getting romantic. We were kissing, right? Somehow he got really disgusted. Next thing I know, he spat right into my mouth. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I'm like, oh no. I was like, what are you doing? Like, oh, just think about it makes me want to throw up. I should have given a warning for that one. I'm sorry. I'm sure that there's some people out there that do like romantic stuff like that, but I'm not one of those kind of people. I'm sorry. I don't mean to look down upon those people that are, but it's just not me. I'm not one of those kind of people. So, but he was like, I was like, why was he pushing it into my mouth? I was like, it was disgusting. Like, who kisses like that? He was kissing all over my mouth. He wasn't even kissing on my lips. I'm just like, bro, you are the worst kisser ever. I didn't even say that. I didn't say that out loud, but I was thinking that. And he would always beg me to do certain sexual acts that I told him 1,000 times I wasn't comfortable with. And one time I obliged because it was his birthday. And he made me have sex with him one time, even though I didn't want to. And it felt like rape, like grape, because I was not into it at all. And then he then said, "Come on, give me a kiss." It just was like it was the worst experience ever. It just was not fun for me. It was not enjoyable for me. And not to mention, he always left me unfulfilled during sex. It was pleasant for the first few seconds that it lasted, but he'd always be talking during it. So, like at one point, I told him to stop talking. He'd be asking me serious questions during sex, like ones I really had to think about. he would try to carry on full conversations with me. Like I'm like, bro, just shut up and enjoy the, the whatever, enjoy the nookie, enjoy it. Like, shut up already. Okay. I'm not gonna go into much detail about that, but because I wasn't being fulfilled by him, like I had never had like one of those toys, before. But before he gave me one, he just gave it to me and said, "This can keep you company when I can't be here to do it." Because he'd be working third shift, so he'd be sleeping during the day. So what ended up happening was I would use the toy more than him, and he would get complain about it. I like the toy better than having, doing it with him. Well, obviously, you don't know how to please me. I'm sorry, like that was that was a more sensitive topic, but I figured I should just add that in there. It's part of the whole lineup here of things that I got to talk about. So I remember during one of our private fun of like my boob size because one's smaller than the other. And he goes, "We'll call this one Mickey and the smaller one Minnie." I told my best friend about this. She still finds that story funny. I do now, but like back then, I did not find it funny when he said that. I lost all. I got off him so quickly. I'm like, you know what? We're done. Bye. This was during the time when we were like friends with benefits after we'd broken up. I was just like, bro, he's just he knows exactly what not to say during like important times to get me turned off. It's like, did you even want to have sex with me? Like, damn. I mean, that turned me off right away. And when we got intimate, he would brag to his friends about our sex life, and I hated that. He would say stuff like, "Wow, she tired me out." He would make a show of leaving the door open, even though I tell him like I'm half naked. We had roommates that were guys. Now, I know the other roommates that we had would in no way disrespect me or my privacy like that, but he would, and all for a show, like, and he would be so attached to me, always asking me where I was going, even if it was to the bathroom. I remember that when I first moved in with him, like, we had just got done laying in the bed or whatever. I got up and he was like, "Where are you going, babe?" It's like to the bathroom. It looked like he was scared, like separation anxiety. It looked like he had separation anxiety, right? If I was going to work or and if I was leaving out the door, he'd be like, "Where you going, babe? Where you going? Are you needy? You're so needy, bro." Like, and I hate that in relationships. Another thing was I told him about my home life and how my parents had issues. I told him some very, I told him some things in confidence, but he went and told, like, he would like bring it back up in my face, like when we'd argue. He goes, "You can go back to your parents, but don't give a fuck about you." Stuff like that. But like at the end of the day, my family has my back. We have our issues, like any normal family, but at the end of the day, we love each other. We have each other's backs. I remember when we dated in high school, he was to date him and how they liked him. I feel like he was trying to make me jealous. Like, well, the thing about me is I'm not the jealous type. Like, if you try to make me jealous, like, that's where you lose me. Like, playing mind games does not work on me. And a reason why I didn't leave is because I didn't want to be a quitter. If you love someone, you stick with them through the good times and the bad. And another reason why I didn't leave because I was telling myself the bad times aren't that often. When they got bad, it'd be really bad. And the bad times just got way more common and worse towards the end. I just couldn't take it anymore. All right, that was the first half. We are going to move to the second half. Hold on, one second. Hmm. Restream is having some issues. I don't know how I feel about that. I was just bragging you up too, bruh. Talk about how great you are. Are you really gonna let me down like that? Like, dang. Okay, let's get on to the second half of this. There was the next part of this. This is before we. This really helped me like break up with him and leave him the second time. Oh, he decided to move out with his aunt and uncle, and he decided I went with him obviously because I was his girlfriend at the time. So I had to I had to explain this. Okay, so he'd had a conversation with his aunt and uncle, the people that his coworker who he gotten so close to, he called him aunt and uncle, and they had offered Sean to come out there and stay there for free or whatever, and they were gonna give him a Mustang or like a Charger or some type of cool car that he wanted, right? And that was what they had dangled on the bait to get him out there. And he said, "Oh yeah, I definitely want this car." So let's. He routed me up, and we all moved out of the house we had. We're renting with our roommate, our other roommate, and we all went up to West Virginia. And this is just part two of this, my ex. And this is where it just went down south, and he just became another person. Um, the way I recall it, he had withheld a lot of information about the move out there. Never told me the family had little ones. I mean, I love little ones, don't get me wrong, but living with them is a whole different thing. You gotta be mentally prepared and ready, which I was not. Never told me that they were moving, that they would be needing our help to move. So, um, I'm looking through my notes. I have a plan. I'm just looking through my notes here because I'm noticing some stuff is left out. So I'm just gonna add it in myself. So yeah, he never told me about little ones, and it's just he just said he was moving out. We're moving out there with his aunt and uncle. I was like, okay, just a nice, lovely couple. He never told me they had kids. He never told me that they were planning on moving again. So they would be moving. They would be moving in 2 weeks, and we would be helping them move. I'm just like, dang man. I mean, we just did our own little move, and then we had to move 2 weeks later, and he didn't tell me that until like I did 2 days before they were gonna move again. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, bro, like moving is very hard. And there's people I love them very much. They were a very nice couple. They had their issues, they had their demons. It was a very nice experience for me. It was like, I like adventure. I like, I like meeting new people. So it was a nice, fun experience for me. It gave me a lot to talk about. But like he withheld so much information about that. And another thing, because he didn't tell me that we would be moving again, I since I work at Wally World, you could only transfer once every 6 months, and I had already completed the transfer from Wisconsin to West Virginia. So basically, I couldn't transfer again if I had, let the transfer go through into the Walmart that was right up the street from his aunt and uncle's house, the first one. He, like, thank God, like I found out in enough time, like in 2 days before the transfer went through. Um, Otherwise, I couldn't have transferred again, to the next one because we were moving from Virginia to West Virginia right after that. So thank God I told him to put a hold on it. I told him to cancel that. My boyfriend and I are moving again. He didn't tell me this. He didn't tell me. He left out this information that we were moving again. So I was able to have them hold off that the transfer, until I moved again. But that was a very important thing. He did not tell me we were moving again. I almost had the transfer go through. I would have lost my job at Walmart if, he's a stupid head for that. And on the ride there, the aunt was being nice at first, and all of a sudden she said she didn't want us there. I was like, "Ooh, red flag right there." Like, I'm like, "What you mean?" And then come to find out, She said her husband never cleared it with her. She told them that him and Sean were discussing it, but they never had the green light from her. I'm like, dang, we're going into this already not being wanted there. Like this very like bad. Like I'm going to. I kind of want to make the picture of me bigger. I know it'll ruin it, but yeah, like I'm just messing around with the picture. I just leave it. Okay. But anyways, we were going in not wanted there. I'm like, okay, I can totally understand because when we both moved out there, my boyfriend had at the time had told me that we're gonna have free rent or whatever, like it would be free rent. And then like we would just pitch in every now and again or whatever, and free food or whatever. I was like, okay, free rent, free food, whatever. And but then I come to find out, like I totally understand why we were like why she said that. That I could see why she told me that she didn't want us there because she had 3 kids already of her own, and she'd be having to take care of us too. I'm like, and then it for free too. I'm like, dang. So I don't know what the uncle was thinking. Honestly, I don't know what my ex was thinking. And the funny thing is, when we got out there, the car that he had promised him fell through. And as soon as we got here, tell me why this boy was like, we're gonna go right back. We're gonna turn right back around. And we had just made a 17-hour drive there. I was exhausted. And all because he didn't get a car. I said, hold on. I said, we just got done traveling 18, 17 hours. I said, let's take a break first. I said, we're all high up in energy. Let's just relax. I said, you're not going to have us drive all the way back after you drove us all the way out here. I'm like, I was putting my foot down. I'm like, no. But apparently the Dodge Charger the other car broke down, so they could only use the Dodge Charger to get to and from work. I said, okay, things happen. I mean, this is a nice opportunity. We just got done moving out from back there. Let's see how this goes. Let's just work it out. But we came in there with the auntie not wanting us there. You know, she wasn't being rude or nothing, but she pretty much told me that her husband never cleared with her. I said, oh. And then she had also said that they didn't have the space or room for us and all our animals. And she said she wasn't fine with all the animals. So, and like Sean had 4 animals. He had 1 rabbit, 2 hamsters, and a gerbil. One of them was mine. And then we were gonna have a hat kitten too. But like we had a lot of animals there. So, and not to mention, Sean really, or my ex rarely ever took care of those animals after I moved in. I was doing all the taking care of them, cleaning out everything, buying stuff for them. He just was not caring for them the way he should have been caring for them. Sad to say it, but he just was not. So, but I was doing all the taking care of and everything. So, and another thing, he told our other roommate, who was also our friend, not to try and talk me out of going because he knew I was already on the fence about it. Because at first I was like, okay, we're gonna be moving all the way out to West Virginia. I have no family there. I don't know anybody out there. I'm gonna be all by myself. I'm hearing something. Hold on. What is that noise? Okay, it's past. I think it was like a ratty car or something. Somebody's hoopty. So, anyways, he told the roommate not to try and talk to me because I was talking to the roommate because he's like an older brother to me. I was like, the roommate was trying to talk some sense into us, or to my ex at the time, my boyfriend. Like, think this through or whatever. You're not thinking it through. Like, it seems too good to be true. You're going out there just for a car, and like you have to move again. The family was nice enough though, but like I said, they had their demons. Like the auntie, I don't want to air her dirty laundry out. And unfortunately, she passed on, according to my ex. I don't know how accurate that is. He's lied to me before, but like, it got to the point where she was asking me, should she buy food for her kids or buy weed? I'm just like, I don't even have kids, and I already know the answer to that. Like, how are you asking me this? Of course, I didn't say that to her. I said, well, buy food for your kids. It's only like $1. Just go up there and buy some noodles for them. They'll be good. They're kids. It doesn't take much to make kids happy. But I was just like, why would you ask me a stupid question like that? I'm sorry. But she was going through some stuff. She kept on threatening to break up with her husband, and stuff. And then at one point, she had tried to accuse me of trying to steal. Okay, so getting back to it. At first, I told my ex, like my boyfriend, I wasn't moving out there with him because, for one, all of my family's here in Wisconsin. And because I had asked him, like I said, I guess we're breaking up then because I have nothing out there. Nothing's out in West Virginia for me. There's no family and out there for me. I don't know anybody out there. Then he said, "Well, I'm out. Well, I'm out there." He said. Then he then accused me of not loving him. He said I was with him just for a place to stay. I'm just like, oh my God, bro. I said, this is why you never tell people like your past, because then they'll bring it up into your face and stuff. I was like, I moved in with him because remember I told you about how like my landlord, I'd gotten kicked out, but my landlord had was nice about it, understood that I was paying my half. And this little bitch tried to use it against me, like you don't have a place to stay, or you're just using me for a free place to stay, or whatever. I'm like, no, dude, I had two other options before you. I could have easily moved with my parents or my sister. You were not the only option. But then when we did move out there, he'd accused me of moving out there just for a free place to stay. I'm like, bro, you forced me into coming out here with you. I moved out here because I still loved you. It's like he's just talking out of both sides, like it's stupid, like ill. I'm like, sure, idiot. I moved out there with you for the free rent. LOL. He didn't give me a choice that if I really loved him, I'd go with him wherever he decided to go. And he said, when you're with the one you love, it doesn't matter where they go because you love them. S- That was him trying to, hi dear. Hi Savvy, what do you sheep you street? I don't understand. What are you talking about? What is this? Hi Savvy Harbor. How do I do that? What are you talking about? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I'm seeing a message here. I don't know what it means. What is that? Okay, moving on with the story. So get this. So the only reason why we went out there to West Virginia was because apparently his uncle promised to give us a place to stay along with a better job for my boyfriend and a Dodge Charger. Okay, I see I wrote it down because I was trying to go off my memory, but I actually did write it down. Yay. So let's just read it off. It was a place to stay along with a better job for my boyfriend and a Dodge Charger, or was it a Challenger? I don't know. But as soon as we got down there, after he had driven for 18 plus hours, so it was 18 plus hours, the uncle said he wasn't getting the car. He said he could use the car. I believe the uncle, honestly. Okay, so basically what happened was my boyfriend at the time thought he said he was giving him the car, but really what the uncle said was he could use the car. That is so funny. And then I wrote, my boyfriend then had a tantrum and said that we were leaving back home right then and there. I had to calm him down and said, dude, we aren't going anywhere. You just had us drive 18 plus miles out here. All of our shit is out here, and I'm fucking tired. Okay, so that's what happened. That is so funny. I'm so glad I wrote that down. Because, yeah, like I said, I have notes and notes and notes and notes. That is so funny. I'm gonna read that again. That was so funny. That is funny to me. So the only reason why we went down out there to West Virginia was because apparently his uncle promised to give us a place to stay, along with a better job for him, for my boyfriend, and a Dodge Charger. Or was it a Challenger? I'm not sure, but as soon as we got down there, after he had driven 18 plus hours, the uncle said he wasn't getting the car. He said he could use the car. Oh God, that is so funny. God, I believe the uncle honestly. Sean then had my boyfriend then had a tantrum and said that we were leaving back home right then and there. I had to calm him down and said, dude, we aren't going anywhere. You just had us drive 18 plus miles out here. All our shit is out here. And I'm fucking tired. Oh, Lordy. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm so glad I wrote that down. Okay. On the ride there, we had another fight. He said some bullshit to me like he turned around and dropped me back off. Like he turned around and dropped me off. I was pissed at that point because he had dragged me halfway across the fucking country, was trying to threaten to send me back. So what I said to him was, "You should have thought about that shit before you decided to drag me halfway across the fucking state with you." I was like, "That's not how that shit works." He had no problem snapping at me, making me look back in front of his family, but behind closed doors, he'd be all trying to kiss my ass, apologizing, saying sorry. You know how those assholes are. Hold on, I'll be right back. I have been crying too much. I'm back. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, so apparently his aunt had complained to him because I left some hair in the shower. Even though I had cleaned it out, some was left. And I remember him raising his voice at me, telling me, "That's disgusting. That's gross." I went in there. There was a few tiny little hairs, like, oh my gosh, you're not gonna get all the hair. Like Jesus, it's like she just hated being around black people. Like, I literally thought she was racist at first. I already told you about the job transfer. Okay, this is I'm gonna read what it says here because at that time I had a job transfer in at my job, and you could only transfer once every 6 months. He didn't tell me we would be moving again, and I was about to finish my transfer. As soon as we got there, he then decided telling me we'd be moving again. I was shocked and upset. I asked, "Why didn't you tell me this earlier? I almost put my transfer in." He told me we would be moving in 2 weeks. I told him then if that's the case, I'll wait to put in my transfer because if I put it in now, I won't be able to transfer again. So then I'll be forced to quit my job. He said okay. Apparently he got a job though before we moved to Virginia. It's fine. But then he started getting on to me about not having a job, even though we'd be moving in 2 weeks. Even though I just told him about the transfer to my job, he never listened to me. He yelled at me, told me I had to pull my weight or I'd be kicked out. I yelled at him and said, "What part of I have a job transfer in don't you understand? We're moving in 2 weeks. What the hell kind of sense does it make for me to get a job when we're going to be moving to another state?" His retort was, "Well, you got to get a job." I told him to shut the hell up at that point. Another red flag that I just pushed down and tried to ignore was the fact that he used to say the N word a lot. Like he's fully white, but he was one of the white guys that wanted to be black. So he would buy himself these grills that looked ugly on him. He just wanted to be like hard and shit. He wanted so badly to be about that life. When I told him I didn't like that, like it that he used that the N word, he just told me, and I quote, "It's okay, babe. I'm friends with black dudes, and they're cool when I use the word." On another note, was the Asian uncle used to throw around that word too. I don't know if he was using it because of naivety or maybe because he thought it was really cool. But when I told my ex I didn't like that again for the 15th time, they made a point of saying it even more. Yeah, I forgot all about that. This reminds me of the time he bought me a huge monkey stuffed animal. And I got so mad at him because I thought he was being racist with it because he said, "I got your monkey, babe." And then he went and he made a monkey sound. I snapped at him. I said, "Get that shit out of here now." I said, "You can even get me a colorful monkey. You got me a brown monkey. Like, what girl wants a boring brown monkey? Like, of all the colors they had there, they had rainbow, they had pink, they had yellow, but you got me the brown one." He said that's the only color they had left, which let me know that he did it last minute. Because I work at the place where he bought the monkey from, and I know he had gotten it on time. They would have been if he had gotten it on time, they would have been plenty of cute colors left. That family was like his flying monkeys. He would start shit with me. I would get mad. The aunt would try to console me. She told me to talk to her, but then I found out that she would repeat what I said back to my boyfriend, and he would get even more mad at me. I told her I felt left out and neglected by him, and that I felt like he didn't have my back, and she would repeat that back to him. I remember he confronted me about it and said, "Why would you say that to her?" I then said, "Because she asked. I wasn't trying to get you mad. I'm just need someone to talk to. I need another female to talk about to talk to out here." She then tells me that she's a liar and she doesn't have my back. And whenever we get into an argument, he'd tell me things like, "You're a guest in this house. This is my family," he'd say. "I'll send you back on the next train back. Shit, I'll pack for you. Or shit, I'll pay for you." I felt all alone out there. I remember one time he used to use the "I'm a guest" statement on me, and I snapped back at him. "I'm not a fucking guest in this house. They mean something to me, and I'm sure I mean something to them too." He didn't have nothing to say to that. When I'd be in a bad mood, he'd snap at me and say, "Why are you in a bad mood?" I would say, "Don't worry, it's not directed at you." He'd say, "Well, stop being angry because it's not my fault you're upset." So I had to always be happy around him even when I wasn't. The aunt and uncle weren't on the best terms from what I saw. It was very dysfunctional. It reminded me of my home life. What is this from? Hold on one second. I need to say with this move what space. This is an account was created today. What? I don't understand what this says right here. Okay, I gotta get back to it. Sorry. Let me get back to it. It's just this message right here, the from Twitch on from Savvy Harbor. I don't know what that means. Can you tell me? But okay, so getting back to them, the aunt and uncle weren't on the best terms from what I saw. Like it was very dysfunctional. Like it reminded me of my home life. The aunt was always threatening to leave the uncle, even though he provided for her and everything. And when I say dysfunctional, I don't mean in terms of like my mom and dad fighting. I mean it's just like kids arguing and parents yelling at them. Not having patience for children, even though you have children, and it was like that kind of thing. But I don't want to say too many bad things because I am, I just don't want to say too many bad things about my family. So, but yeah, she was always threatening to leave the uncle, even though he provided for her and everything. Like they did love each other. Like he did love her. I could tell. But I told my boyfriend about my past experience with a past Asian family. My friend, I went over to her house. It was supposed to be for 3 days, but I only ended up staying for one night. So basically, what happened was, me and this girl we had gotten together, right? This was during my trying to be gay phase. It only lasted for like a day or two. I was like trying to see how it was to be gay or whatever. And then we went over to her house. I was supposed to stay for 3 nights, but their family was very dysfunctional. And then the next thing I know, like they're talking to my girlfriend like about in their own language that I couldn't understand. Like, why is she here? And her clothes are ugly and just being bullies, in like a different language, obviously. And saying I looked funny and stuff like that, just really rude and being weird. Next thing I know, the her brother comes down with a gun in his front pocket. And I was just so fucking scared. I was like, oh my God, like, what the heck? So, like, I stayed that night, but then the next morning I told her, I said, I gotta go. Like, I don't feel safe here. I'm good. Like, I was supposed to stay for 3 nights, but like, they're Asian and they're rude. Basically, that's what the point is. I just feel like Asian could be racist against black people. I don't know. not all Asians are racist, obviously, but I feel like that a couple of experiences I've had with Asian people, they're racist, towards me. So I was kind of nervous to go to live with him because he told me that his family was, his family was Asian. So that's where that came from. So anyway, I told him that, and he told his family what I had said about, the experience about what I had. And then they were being like overly nice to me. And I was mad at him for telling them that. Like that should have been between like him and me. And come to think of it, I think the aunt was just threatened by like there being another woman in the house. And she was always threatening to leave the uncle. I know we woke up the whole family. So I walked out the door, right? After we got done yelling, I'd like walked out the door. Like I was just walking around the downtown area there, whatever the city was. Excuse me. For at least 3 hours. I was gone for a little while. Like they got worried about me. Go figure, right? But he was also mad because I apparently wasn't helping him pay his car. I told him I wasn't paid yet. I'd be getting paid like tomorrow. He blamed me for the fact that my paycheck didn't come when he wanted it to. I was like, "So you didn't bring me out here because I'm your girlfriend. You brought me out here to help you pay for your car." He said, "Yes." He basically admitted that he didn't see me as a girlfriend, just someone he could use to help him get ahead in life. He also said, "Why don't I go back to my crackhead family that doesn't love me?" I had told him about my family life and how I had a bad relationship with my parents and their physical and psychological abuse to me, and I felt really hurt that he would bring that up. I told him my family might have issues, but at the end of the day, they have my back. So that night we had a big fight, right? I had walked out of the house at night time and was gone for 4 hours. He said they were going he said they were going out to search for me and that he was worried. I didn't see no texts or calls from him though. I was just walking around. I would have seen him and the uncle if they had been out looking for me. His uncle told him to buy me some of my favorite ice cream to make it up to me when I got back. He got me chocolate ice cream, which I hate chocolate ice cream. See, just he doesn't care about me. During the fight, I remember him saying rude stuff about how I was a hoe, how the aunt said I was trying to get with her husband. I told him that's not true. He said he didn't believe me. I said, "Why are you taking her word over mine?" He also said you had nothing when I took you in. I helped you and fed you and did all that shit for you. I told him I did not have nothing. You weren't the only choice I had. I could have moved in with my best friend or my sister. I didn't have to move in with you. You offered because we were together. He would say I had nowhere to go, but that wasn't true. I had a place well before the situation with my brother happened. Well, sorry, I name dropped. And my landlord was very nice. Just to clear that up, I didn't get kicked out because I was the problem. My landlord understood the position I was in and allowed me to move out. And I already explained it to you already. Let me point out the fact that I was only down in West Virginia with him for like a month or maybe a month and a half. I know I don't have a lot of receipts of the stuff because when the stuff was happening, it didn't dawn on me to take pictures of the shit, and it didn't happen so often at the time that I was keeping notes. I would forget about it. Usually, I try to forget about it because I didn't like to hold on to the negative. I didn't like to hold on to negativity, and I never thought I'd be telling the world this. I do have screenshots of him apologizing for all the shit he did to me, though. When he would psychologically abuse me, he would come out of nowhere. He never had my back. Like, he says he doesn't talk to them, but they're still friends on Facebook and they tag each other and stuff. Yeah. So apparently, after I'd broken up with him, I think it was the aunt had called me, right? We got into contact or whatever. I checked in or something said happened. I was more than happy to forget them. But I think Either it was the uncle or the aunt had told me that my ex had betrayed the uncle. So basically, my ex had told on my uncle for smoking weed or whatever, and it caused the uncle to lose his job or whatever, right? And then my ex had ended up taking his position, the uncle's position. I'm like, dang. I'm like, that sounds about. I said that's a terrible thing for him to do. I said that's sounds about right. I mean, Sean might be like, or my ex would be like, like that or whatever. But I don't think it's true that that happened because I noticed like about a month or so later, I was looking at I was looking on her posts or whatever because I was still friends with her at that point. 'Cause, we were still cool or whatever. I had just broken up with Sean, not with the family, and I was still talking to aunt. So yeah, it was the aunt that had told me that. I noticed that they were still all friends with him. I'm like, if this asshole like may cause your husband to lose his job, why are y'all still friends with him? Why y'all start posting him to your Facebook and saying, "Oh, family" and all this stuff? I'm like, they just lied through their teeth, like honestly. But like I feel like she lied to me about that. And I'm looking back at my old messages when he first started texting me after we broke up. I'm just saying I was so fucking submissive with him. Like he did me wrong, but I was putting the blame on myself like it was my fault. Like, gosh, ew. I have very masculine energy. This is so not me. Like, no, I still have the messages from him because he had been in my he'd been in my DMs all up until there. And I finally just had to put a stop to it, nip it in the bud. I want to read those off to you. I just kept on in with like he would pop in to say hi, Queen. At the time, I was in love with J Hope. I still am, but like I would be posting pictures of J Hope, like hinting that this is my man or whatever. He'd be like, "Good morning, beautiful. What are you up to?" I'm like, "I'm up to making homemade pizza." And I show a picture of J Hope. He goes, "Sounds yummy. I had a smoothie. Question: Is it possible we can talk on the phone before you sleep?" And I said, "I already have a king. He's my king. He's the love of my life." I posted a picture of J Hope. He goes, "You do?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "I thought we were going to talk again." "I'll leave you be. I thought we could talk again, but you seem still mad at me." I really did care about you again. And I just posted pictures of J Hope. Like, I just kept on posting pictures of J Hope. And he just, like, was not getting it. No, I'm mad. Not mad, just in love with J Hope and not wanting to get back with you. And he just kept on, in my inbox and messages. And I really was not paying him the time of day. But then he told me that his auntie died. I was sad. I said, "I'm sorry, man. Sorry to hear that." So may she rest in peace, though. Said, well, she's in a better place now, maybe, hopefully. I don't know how she was at the end. So then finally, I'll read you a couple of messages from the last time I actually spoke to him and he never talked to me again. He said, okay, he had started the message with, "Hey, Queen." I said, "Honey, it's time you moved on. I've loved you. I no longer have those feelings for you. You know this. We can be friends." Because, I was just at the time, I was just like, whatever, we could separate on a good note. You know, I don't like leaving things too bad off. But those are the messages. He's like, I apologize for everything. Woo, woo, woo. This was all the way back in, you can see the date too, 2023. I finally just had to like be mean to him, like, hey, stop being in my inbox, bro. Because I believe it or not, I had told him before that, like, I'm not interested in you anymore. Stop it. But he just would not take the hint. So I had to, like, send this last message. Blah, blah, blah. We can be friends. He said, we can work on it, or you have someone else. I apologize for everything. And most of it was I didn't know how to communicate or tell you my feelings because I felt if I did, I would have got hurt. If you blame me for most of it and holding on a grudge, it took two of us for how our relationship ended, and I'm a different man and grew up knowing my mistakes. Hopefully, you'll see my stuff in stores down there. Here's my company if you're ever interested in trying some. I give out samples. I hope you enjoy your day today, and I want you to know that you are the best thing I've ever met. I'll delete your number. Am I holding that up right? I'm bad at this. That's him. And I said, I'm single and I'm not interested in you. So stop messaging. This is the best gift I can give you right now. Find someone that's more for you. So good luck in life. Mentioned X. Because I'm not making this up. Like, and I'm not holding a grudge. I'm just moved on. Please follow suit. Then he was like, okay, good luck with your future. Like I said, I'll delete your number. And thanks for all the fakeness with me and my family. Goodbye. What the fuck, bro? What? I had some. He baited me, bro. Because, oh my God, I think he was baiting me to say some shit. Look at what I toasted after he said that shit. Let me read it to you. I was like, it wasn't fake at all. When was I fake? My love was definitely real. You told me when I asked you why I was up there, and you told me it was to help you pay the bills. Then I said, so I'm not up here because I'm your girlfriend. I'm up here to help you pay bills. And you said, yes. Did you forget that? You keep on saying you and your auntie say stuff that you don't mean when you're mad. Well, I don't do that, especially if I really love somebody. See, like, legit. And I said, because you didn't get with me to be your girlfriend. You admitted that in the end you wanted me to help you pay the bills, and you admitted to that. I wasn't the fake one. You were the fake one. But it's in the past. I'm more than moved on and forgave you. I'm gonna get these blessings and I'll be all right. I really loved you. I would have married you, but too much shit was going on, especially at the end. You just sounded stupid for real saying that shit, bro. Like at this point, you get the last word in, so stop. It's giving off desperate. Oh gosh, yeah, I felt bad about leaving like that. So I'm sorry, but and yes, I'm petty, but you already knew that because I had left him during the day. Oh, I forgot to tell you about that. Let me take a little break. The day after we had the big fight, right? The next day, tell me why he thought I was going to stay with him after this. He went to work that morning, and I started packing my shit, and I had the auntie drive me to the train station because I had left him while he was at work because I did not want him to be trying to stop me and trying to, cause a scene or whatever. So I decided to leave right, while he was at work. So by the time he got back, I was already in home or on my way home. So that's probably what he means by that. I was like, what I meant by that was I was petty for that by leaving him, while he was at work. But his auntie helped drive me to the train station too. And I told her, don't tell him nothing, please. I'm sure she was on my side too the whole time because, I'm sure she was glad to see me go. But, and he said, I know, but I love it. And I never once thought you were just there to pay bills. I wanted you as my wife, my friend, my lover, and I really do love you. I think about you. And he was like, all like, especially when you get upset with my sexy lion. Upset with me, sexy lion. I was like, yeah. He was like, I was hurting and broken down and stressing. Stressing over what? Like, what was you stressing over? You had a good job. We had a place to stay. Like, what were you stressing about? Like, honestly. There was nothing to be stressing for. He was just probably mad because he didn't get that car. Like that's honestly what he was stressing over. Like, bro, let it go. And our roommate did try to talk some sense into him, but he wasn't listening to him. So what he said was, I was trying my best to work hard every day so I could make me and you happy and move out. I didn't want to stay with them while we were together. All I ever wanted was to make you happy. But honestly, bro, we were having problems before we moved out there. Honestly, we were. It just got thousands times worse when we moved out there because I was away from my family and my peeps. So he thought I was alone, and he was like being mean to me. Like that's not how you. I don't accept that excuse. I do not accept it. Like I just don't. Try another excuse. And I literally texted him this. I don't want to give you hope where there is none. You don't have to keep convincing me of how much you loved and still love me. It was just your actions were bad near the end, and I need someone that will communicate with me, not just getting mad right away. I need someone to take the time and actually date me, take me places, dates. I want someone I want someone that wants to show me off to the world as the woman he loves. We're too old to be yelling and throwing tantrums when we don't get our way. And then as I wrote this next part, I was looking at a picture of J Hope. So I was like taking inspiration from J Hope and how he inspires me. So I wrote this to my ex. I was like, I want a man who inspires me to do better, to reach for the stars and is hard to get, but not too hard to get. I want a man who can support me mentally and physically if need be. Not that I want to be a kept woman, but I need security as a woman. 50-50, yes, but he goes out and works hard. I work real estate, but someday when my husband wants to start a family, I want to be him to be able to support a family just like I can, which is why I'm bettering myself, getting my license, learning Korean, gonna take a and make a name for myself in real estate. I want to have something to offer him, and he must be a believer of God and Jesus. I want a man that allows me to be in my feminine energy. I have very masculine energy, as you've noticed, but I like a man that takes the lead, and I want to feel secure in him. I want a man who I can also go to bat for and be deserving of it. Those are my thoughts of my future husband. I was like, what do you want in a wife? You'll have to consider what you want, and God will send you the right one to you. He goes, I want you I want you. Every you said, I think you meant everything you just said is what I'm looking for. I'm a simple man. All I ask of my queen is loyalty, respect, and honesty, which I was all those things, and he didn't appreciate that. In which you need someone or something to talk about, come to me. That's all I ever wanted. I grew up from what I used to be, but you also got to consider I was never raised like you. I was raised from the streets. I believe in God to a point. I want someone who can help me and show me their time. I'm willing to go out on dates and movies and do everything that I'm asked of, as long as you're willing to stand by me and not run off when times get rough. And of course, I never responded back to him because I was just done with it. Like, and bro, I never ran off when times were tough. You were the reason why things got tough. Like, and I was just sick of it. Like, you just can't treat people like shit, and then accept them to just like come back to you. That's not how it works. I gave everything to him. That is the story of my ex, guys. So, so let's start gaming. I want to do the games we were playing before. We're gonna do card games today. Huh. I wonder if I was wondering if Bubba was gonna come on. We got about an hour and 10 more minutes, so we'll just do that game. I'm gonna switch the board again. Yay! Okay, so another thing when I had left him, but right after I left him, I and went back to Wisconsin, my health improved significantly. It's like none of those problems ever existed. It just felt so good. I remember getting off that train, my bestie was waiting for me there. I'm not gonna say her name, but she's been my bestie for 12 years. 13. She's still my sister, and I love her. It was such a great day. And get this, another thing. As I was going home on the train, right? I think it's so funny to mention that there was like this big fat guy. I'm sorry, like he was like over like 400 pounds. He was sitting right next to me, and his name was Sean, bro. That was the same name as my ex. But he was like farting the whole time, and I like had to get up. I was just like, oh God, what is it? What are the odds I'd be sitting next to a guy named Sean? Like, ugh, like that's a sign if I've ever seen one. But needless to say, when I got home, right, I literally slept for like 24 hours because the ride was like 24 hours, no, 22, excuse me, 22 hours. It was a long train ride because, whew, it was fun. I've never been on a train. That was the first and last time. I don't know if I'll be on a train again, but I would like to go on a train. It was a fun experience. I won't be against doing it again. Oh, yay. Very nice. Oh, I think I know what happened. We'll do it later. Hey, yay. Oh, I like this screen. I love this game so much. Y'all do not know. Oh, yay. Perfect. I need a single one for this one right here. We'll see if I get lucky. I don't think I will, but Man, well, this will work. It's making it hard on me to connect the dots. Man, bro, give me a bone. Throw me a bone at least. Man. Ooh, okay. I would need no, I'm put this like right here. Go like this. Hopefully I get another 2 block one. Hmm. Oh, yeah, it's not gonna go nowhere. Oh, right here, yeah. Ooh, oh, we got so lucky. Yay. That was nice. Yes, let's put this right. Put it like right here. I'll put it right here. That's the only place that'll let me do it. Nice. 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 Ooh, this might work out. Hey, that's supposed to do all of that. Huh. Aren't you? Okay, I did do it. Yes. Which one should we do? Oh, that gets really big. Okay, yes. That was beautiful. Go like this. What are the odds that I get that one? I'll just take a chance. I'll have to. Okay, let's do that. Whoop, whoa. Go like that. Hmm. Hmm. Uh, yeah, 'cause it's very rare that you could find the. I'll do that. Oh, it's bricks. Man. Oh. Oh, why are you doing this to me? Oh, we are so screwed. Man, bro. That sucks. Yep, I think it's time to call this one a draw. Because clearly I lost. Okay. Huh. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I'll take it. Continue. Let's do something else. I want to do a bubble. Let's try a bubble. Big win. Hmm. I wish I had some ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, bubbles. I like the fact that it's like a lot of games in one. Hover to aim. This is gonna be easy. Right there. I'm pretty good at these games. I'm very good at these games. Very good. There we go. Level one. Oh, yeah, it's getting hard. Let's go right here. Go right there. Put that one right there. Put the green. There's blue. Perfect. Let's go right here. Let's go for the middle. That's wonderful. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's another one. I'm gonna go like this. Yes. Oh, there's a. Can I make that? Yay! Can I? Oh man, I was gonna try to aim it right there. It's okay though. Just go right here. Ooh, this. I think we're gonna win this. Oh, I was so confident too. Dang, why is I have to go to the bathroom so badly? Good enough for me. Go right here. I'm gonna try to get lucky. Oh, good. Yes. Oh, perfect. Still got it back. Nice. Oh, we completed it. Yay. Sweet. How to play Move Bubbles. I already know. Oh, right there. Yes. Right there. Yes. Go right there. Yes. Oh, that's perfect. Sweet. Oh, I love this game so much. You just don't know. Let's go up here. Oh, man, you blocked me. Is that blue? Let's go right here. Green. Go right there. Perfect. Let's go right here. Lovely. Ooh, we're really winning. Beautiful. We won again. Come on, make it a challenge for me. Yay. Over here, here, here for green. I'm gonna hit that one. That's gonna go all throughout there. That was supposed to fall down. Why did you fall down? Okay. Yellow, blue. We're going right here. Yes. Come on, bro. Ooh. Oh, I got lucky. Can I get lucky again? No. Oh, it was worth a try. Let's aim little right now. Oh, yes. Yay. I can aim this wherever I want, like right here. Oh, yes. Sweet. Mortar bombs. Need help. Launch this over the board to clear mini bubbles. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Those look pretty. I'm thirsty. I was thirsty. Okay, let's get back to it. What are these things here for, though? What does that do? Nothing. Ooh, right here. Definitely gotta be precise with this one. This round for sure. I'll just go right here. Oh, yay. Blue. Man. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, I got lucky. Oh, wow. Let's see if I can. Let's go right there. Yes. Yay. Nice. Yay. Oh, let's try this one. That's good. Yes. Oh, these are just the blue colors, I think. Well, let me. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Just shoot it right up there. How many more green ones? Oh man, I was about to get it. That would have been so good. Green. Oh, thank goodness. Yay. Cherry red ball right there. Yay. Yay. This this one's pretty easy actually. Can I get up in there? I don't think I'll be able to. Uh, yes. Oh, I got lucky on that one. Actually, no, it wasn't lucky. It was skill, y'all. It was definitely skill. Mm. What? Nah, thanks. Really, you're timing us on the moves. That's not fair. Mm. Let's do solitary, because actually, Mahjong. I want to try Mahjong. Mm. Actual cool things, because it matches. Ooh. I really want to try this mask out. Mm. I'm gonna test this out to see how it looks. I'd have to wear my contacts because I do have contacts actually, but I don't wear them as often as I should because I just don't like anything near my face, my eyes. Wonder how this is gonna go. Start matching pairs that are not blocked on their sides by clicking and slash tapping. Be fast, you have a limited time to get the best score. Really? I don't understand. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So A or D? I think it's right here, right? Okay. There's one, right? I think it's gotta be. I am not getting this at all, am I? Okay, I think I'm getting it. Oh, okay, I think I'm understanding. Oh, they gotta be open. Okay, I got you. I got you, bro. Like this. That's it's very fun. Ooh, right there. Yes. Okay, not bad. Not my most favorite game, but I understand how it works. Okay, yay. Huh. That was Mahjong. Okay. It's getting harder and harder, ain't it? Just as long as it's on the outside, though, I am understanding. I almost don't even have to move it. Haha. Let's see how long I can last without moving it. Oh, he's blocked. This is a fun game, actually. I take it back. Yay. 10 more seconds. Yes. Why isn't that registering? Okay, there we go. Yay! Did it again. It's not bad. Hmm. This is fun. I like this. Yeah, could definitely get with this. See, I'm not a loud gamer. I just realized that. I'm proud to say I'm not a loud gamer. It can be done. We did it! Yay! Mahjong is really easy. Oh, there's a lot open on this one. It's gonna be easier. Yes. Man, man, where's my buddy? Yeah, we did it. Oh, hold on. Okay, I see. Wonderful. Awesome. Okay, let's get back to it. What? Really? What is Oh boy. Oh, here we go. How much extra time does it give us? Mm, We just got half an hour left, and I'm gonna get out of here. Surprised I haven't seen. Did I start all the way from the beginning? Oh, give me more time. Okay, let's say. Um, oh, my bad. Aw. Oh well. Well, at least I did one level one. It's something. Yay. At least we're at level two. Alright, let's try something else. Let's exit. So we tried Bub Maj. Wait. Okay, I want to try the regular Mahjong. Because we just did Mahjong 3D. We did Gravity Blast. We did Jewel. We did Bubble. Oh, we could do Jigsaw. Looks like you gotta download that one now. Let's do regular Mahjong. Ah, that feels a lot better. Okay. Oh, we can do different patterns. Let's do easy. Let's just do. Hmm. There's a lot of different ones. This one looks fun. Awesome. Yay. Okay. This is gonna be easier than the other one, right? Really? Come on now. Okay, I see. The writing is different. Hmm. OMG, am I lost already? Oh, here we are. I can barely even see. Oh, I see a match. There we go. See, mhm, I'm not seeing anything. See any matches, guys? Reshuffle. Oh, yeah, we can reshuffle. Awesome. Hopefully that helps. Yep. Hmm. Let's end game because home. I think I just want to go. Let's do Solitary. 'Cause that's a game I know. That's too hard. A. Not seeing anything. Oh no. Oh, yes. Yes. Almost didn't catch that one. See, I want you to go right here. 6. Right here. Oh, nice. Very nice. We're only going to be on for 30 more minutes. Then we'll call it quits. Okay, which, yes, if I wait long enough, they'll give me clues too, which is nice. See? Ace, Jack. Nice. There was a 10. What? Oh, it's right there. We'll have to come back around for it. 7. Nice. Was there a 5? No, I don't recall seeing a 5. 6. Oh, here we go. Jack. Nice. 10. Now we're moving. No, I wanted that to go right there. Go 5. Yes, right there. Let's go right there. Go right here. Black what? King. Oh, there any spaces we can clear up? No. Three. Yes, there is. Sweet. Then we can go like that. Three. Like clockwork. Nine. Oh, man. Wait, let me undo that and go like this. Nice. Eight. Seven. Queen. 10. Five. Hmm, let's do like that. Oh, oh. It's probably up under here somewhere. Six, five, four. Sweet. Man. Oh. Let's keep going and see what we get. Nice. 10. I just need another king. I hope he's not in there. Oh, good, he's not. Jack 10. Ace 2. Wonderful. That's great. Looks beautiful. It's very nice looking. It's so cold out. Like, I do have food in my fridge, but I just want to order something out. Let's do a new game. I'll do hard again. So it's pretty nice, actually. Let's go. I'll rate afterwards. But you know, I really love this game so much, so you don't have to wonder. Let's do the little one first. Yeah, check. Got a four. Oh, yes, we can do that. Let's do like that. Three. Mm, eight. Yes. Oh, man. We have a seven. A red seven. We can put that over there and clear up that space. Ooh, nice. Do another check. Wow. Okay. Well, there's the ace. I like when they give us all of our aces up front. No. I just need a seven. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Mm, two, three, ace. Oh, yay. I love that. Here goes our 10. Do a 6. No. 7, 6, 5, 2, ace. I'm gonna try to get all the rows, then solve it. It's moving along. 8. Nice. Oh, hey, I was just talking about I didn't see a 6. Oh, yes, let's do that. Oh, let me undo. Yes. You're gonna get lucky? Yes. Yes. 6. Oh, just need a 9. I think it is time we put some of these up here, though. It's gonna be hard. Can't even do. That's gonna be difficult. Let me just wait for. I think I'm stumped. Let's do a hint. Ah, okay. Yeah, we can move this right here. I'll end it because I'm done. New game. Yeah, let's do a new game. Let's get my win back. Hopefully. I get one for everybody. 9, 2. Hmm. It's not working. It's not doing. Okay, there you go. Just hopefully this game isn't gonna be hard like the last game. Check. 9. There we go. Oh, they both are the same. 6. Red 5. Nice. 2. 6, 5. 2, 1. Yeah. Oh, I was not too over there. 4. 2, 9. Yes. Sweet. Okay, nice. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Yay. Yes. Yes. Nice. I'll do this one. Yay, good choice. Very good choice. Hmm. Okay, there's a king. 3, 6, 5, queen, jack. I need this 10. Just keep going. Oh, ace. 4. Hmm. Let's do this. Oh, wait, go back. Okay, there. Now we got it. Oh, oops. Toy Marina. Go down. You can 10. Are you gonna get a 5? 2. Oh, I keep on doing that. 4, 5. Oh, if we don't get it to this age, we're gonna be screwed. Man, I think we lost. I can feel it. Whoa, what was me? Hmm. Let's just stay still. The computer will give us a hint for free. Look, Mom, no hands. Oh, see? Really? Okay, well. Okay. Really? You just had me solve it, and you just. Whatever. Okay. Let's do. I want to do Roblox. I want to look at the games on Roblox real quickly. Finish that up because. Oops. Roblox. There we go. I want to see what games I can probably hopefully play next time. We got 12 more minutes. So 10:48. I could just wait till 11 o'clock. Yeah, let's do that. Dress to impress. The Forge. Let's sleep. Is it scary? We really did the lake house. The Terminal 13, not human. Oh, yes, let's do it. I like this. Let's try this out, see how it goes. Dang, all of these. I just want one player. first shift. Ooh, the whistle's scary. I like it. I love it. I'm glad that they did a warning though. Okay. Goes Terminal 13. Nice. So, oh, I gotta go. Which way do I go to my office? I think it's this way. Grab the tape. Right there, probably. This will tape it to the VHS player. Thank God the instructions are simple enough for stupid old me.
Welcome, valued employees. This is your first night on duty here at Terminal 13. Travelers will arrive at your counter and scan their passports. Their data and travel details will appear on your monitor. This is very important. Your job is to ask a few questions to make sure their answers match their data. If everything checks out, accept the traveler's passport and let them through. Occasionally, something won't feel right or their story will not line up. In that case, do not hesitate to reach for the gun below your counter. Be careful. Some will not be who they say they are.
Naturally.
If you let one of those through, the company insurance will not cover what happens next. Good luck, and thank you for keeping our country safe.
Thank you. I'm gone. I didn't sign up for this. I quit. I quit. Clean the puddle. Oh, they're out there. Oops. Oh, okay. I love cleaning. Is that all? Wait for the first traveler. Let me go back to my office. Let's close that. Okay. Ask about origin, duration, or job reason. Oh. Did someone just knock on the door? Duration? I'll be here for about 2 weeks. Job? Job? Michael Brooks not working full-time yet. Just focusing on my career. Okay. That didn't answer, really. Damn! Okay. Bro. Why you just shot him to Kingdom Come, bro? Oh my goodness. Yeah, go. Hey, working late again? Seems to know him. Put their gun back. Imposter check. Okay, let's see what he said. San Diego, born 728, waiter, Spain, 3 weeks. Culinary research. Okay. Origin, Diego Montes. Mexico is my home. I've never been to Europe. Did you just say Mexico? Damn, you failed already? We're gonna shoot all these people, huh? Hey, how's your evening going so far? Great, I guess. Harold, job history teacher from Ireland. Ireland, yes, missed the T already. That matches. Duration, half a year, 6 months. The contract says, great. Job, I'm a history teacher. Can't get enough of the past. I like that. Me too, sir. Reason, they brought me in to help teach local history for the term. Okay, yep, he's good. Okay, now what? Accept passport. Oh boy. Why did the music sound like that? I'm scared. Let me grab this. Oh boy, I'm scared. That was unnerving. Oh my god. Oh no, what did I do? Should I put the gun down? I'm taking it with me. Look, I hear a kid behind me laughing. Okay, good. This is nerve-wracking, guys. I don't like this. Why is he so tall? I don't want to do it. Where is he? I was about to shoot the fuck out of him. There's a clown here. Man, I was so close to just pulling the trigger and calling it a day. Literally, bro. Okay. I saw a clown in the last game. Felix Turner, entertainer, bad 5 days performance tour. Bruh, you need to have a new hobby. Origin, Turner, one from Nevada, good. Let's hope you match up. Duration, 5 days, maybe less than tours at a schedule. Oh. Nice job. Yeah, I'm a clown. Kids love it usually. Entertainer. It says it's supposed to say clown or entertainment. Reason? Okay, well, just entertainment is the same thing, I guess. Right? Mhm. I ain't taking no chances. Why every time I said someone, the damn thing goes off? Like, okay. I wish this thing would turn a little bit more to me. Alex Rivers, photographer, Mexico, 3 weeks adventure. I'm from Mexico. It's a vibrant country with so much culture. Yeah, James. Alex Rivers, I'll be here for about 3 weeks. Okay. Job. Photography is my passion, and I make reason. Reason. Traveling around taking pictures. Adventure. Oh, that's close enough, right? I need to be suspicious of everybody. Suspicious. Why is it every time we accept it gives us that music? It's like doom is coming. Hello. Miss Maya Torres. Fashion design student, Spain, 5 months study abroad. I would love to do that. Maya Torres. Bitch, you lied. It's supposed to be from the US, bitch. You ain't. Yeah, I ain't no punk. What kind of world are we living in where there's not human people? Like, what? Okay, let's go outside. Check out the box. Why do I keep doing that? Damn, I keep on opening it up onto myself.
Warning. Chemical contamination at Terminal 13. Reset ventilation systems immediately.
Don't you want to give me a oh, doy. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna die. I said I'm gonna die. Come on, hurry up. I gotta go all the way back here. Really? Pull the lever. Pull the lever, Kronk. Round the lever. Oh.
Ventilation systems have been reset. Return to your designated post.
Hello. Oh, we are back. Ask, he was cranky. Software engineer, Shanghai, China, 3 weeks. Business sightseeing and photography. Origin, I come from Shanghai, China. Very large city, quite different from here. That is true. Duration, sir? I'm planning on living for 3 weeks. Good. Job. Software. Nice. Amazing. Nice. You are good to go, bro. See you soon. Ooh. Enter your office. Oops. Okay, but Diego, my defense, Diego did not. He looked human. I'm coming, bruh. Give me a chance to get in here. Well, there's a way to lock that. Mm.
Hello, night shift operative. You now have access to the X-ray scanner. When a traveler stands at the counter, press the button to activate the scan. The scanner will reveal the traveler's skeleton. Use this to detect anomalies that the eye cannot see.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Marco Alvarez, chef from Italy, duration 1 week. Marco Alvarez, Italy. Can't beat the food back home. Duration 1 week. Then my restaurant needs me again. Job. Head chef at a small restaurant back home. Nice. Amazing. Here for a cooking competition. Wonderful. Let's check and see if you. Where's the scanner? Crap. Where is the scanner? Oh. Okay. Set one. This is puzzling. It looks like Didn't look human to me. Gotta say this already. No, it's not. It's good, Hans. His name, Hans Gruber, janitor, Switzerland, indefinite employee. Origins. Hans Gruber, this was born and raised. Duration. He's answering them all right. Oh, damn. What are those loud noises? Okay, last thing. Oh, maybe it's this one. Really? How do I charge this faster? Really? Okay, well, you were good anyway, so you're good. There's something weird about this, I'm telling you. Goes another one. I'm hungry. I'm wondering what I'm gonna order. I think I'm gonna order out something. I'm really in the mood for orange chicken. Very good, Pierre. Pierre de Boy. Security guard, France. Indefinite security. Oh, he's so hot. Pierre de Boy, yeah, from France. They have amazing cuisine and art. Yes. Staying as long as needed to ensure. Duration indefinite. True. Job. Work full time as part of the security team. Reason. The boy just here to sure safety. Oh, thank you, sir. I feel so safe with you here already. Yeah, come protect me. Maybe I should look at the clothing too. Oh, I need to pay more attention to that. Don't worry.
Repeat, Terminal 12 has been breached and compromised. Multiple unidentified travelers on site. Security tried to contain them. It's not working. They keep moving wrong. They look normal, but they aren't. I don't... If anyone's still on duty, don't let those things through. Do you hear me? Terminal 12 is gone.
Damn. I fucked up. Let's go. We're gonna save our comrades. 'Cause we fucked up. Where do we go? No, everything is not under control. No, it's not. Okay. I'm done with this. We're gonna do this tomorrow. I fucked up already. Alright, let's leave. We'll do it tomorrow. At least I favorited it. Let me find out where my favorites is though. Can't remember where it was. Streaming. Wow. I love these horror ones. And there's a lot, so that's good. All right, everybody. I think it's time to call it a day. Past my time. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining.